What's the overall energy for the sign of Aquarius? Just keep in mind the bottom cards are paired with the top cards, and I will be going through the past, present, challenge, and outcome. So Aquarius, in the past, we have the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups, it is a card about choices. Now it often indicates confusion and can even also point to disorganization and too much going on. Now, overall, it points to a need to narrow your focus. So, when this card appears in a reading, you're probably trying to do too much and doing most of it not very well, and that's in the past. So you needed to choose just a few important things that were on your plate and work through them one by one carefully. You could have been feeling overwhelmed at that time. You remembered that you can control, at least in some areas, how much you were trying to take on. And with the Eight of Swords, as you can clearly see by the picture, you also may have been holding yourself back because of fear of moving into the future, or just because you were afraid of getting hurt by a new situation, or it could have been for no reason at all. So you made sure to think things through about what you were afraid of. Now, the truth of the situations were probably much less frightening than your mind was making it out to be. And that was the past. Now we move on to the present. We have the Moon card. Now the Moon card, when it comes up in a reading, you're definitely in a more psychic, intuitive phase, more than usual. So at this time, it's going to be important for you to trust your instincts and your impressions, even if you don't know where it's coming from. Also, not that you need to be mistrusting, but it's going to be helpful for you to realize that when this card appears, it's possible that all is not what it seems. So if you feel like you cannot trust someone, then you're probably right. You probably should not be trusting them. So go with your gut instincts now. And if you are waiting on an answer from someone, unfortunately, it could take longer than you would like for it to. So try to stay patient at this time. And this card is paired with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a court card. It can sometimes stand for a person in your life. Now, if it is dealing with a person, this card will represent that person as a much younger person. Now, it often indicates messages coming to you, or messages that are coming in, okay? I don't know, it could be a text message, it could be by mail, it could be by phone. Now, in this case of messages coming to you, it may not be what you're hoping to hear. Because the Page of Swords, it tells us that it tells us that you may be trying too hard or pushing too fast or stepping on the toes of others. So you may need to study the body language of others and consider how well you do or do not accept constructive criticism from others. You're more than likely to have a great deal of mental and physical energy now, so you need to make sure you use it wisely. So with these two cards paired together, the Moon card is basically letting you know that you're feeling and you are psychic and intuitive at this time more than usual. So it's important to trust your instincts. Go with your gut feelings. Now, the Moon card is paired with the Page of Swords. So you should be receiving some type of message, probably from someone much younger than you, because the page is about youth, a younger person. So maybe you'll be having a hard time believing the message, but trust your instincts on the messages that come your way. Go with what your instincts are telling you about the message, because you're probably going to be correct. It may be something that you don't want to hear, but your instincts will guide you better on what messages you're receiving. And that's the present. Now we move on to the challenge, the Ten of Wands. Now, as you can see by the picture, you could be feeling as though you're carrying a heavy burden. Now, you may want to look hard at this and see if there are ways that you might lighten your load, either literally or figuratively. Now, if you look carefully, you could find out that the burden that you're carrying emotionally actually belongs to someone else. So it's going to be important for you to pace yourself now and don't try to take on too much. And we have this card paired with it's paired with the Seven of Swords, which can point to someone who's behaving less than ethical, or they have less than ethical intentions. Now, it sometimes also means prying into someone's life where you don't belong. Now, if you sense that someone is spying on you, you could be right. And if you're tempted to dig through someone else's life, unless it's that of your children or a child who has given you cause for concern, you need to resist that impulse, because everyone deserves privacy. And with these two cards paired together, the Ten of Wands, you could be feeling like you're carrying a heavy burden, so pace yourself. And with the Seven of Swords, someone could be prying into your business, or you could be doing that to them. So if you're doing that to them, it probably could feel like a heavy load to you, because you're taking on too much, trying to do dirty work, or someone could be doing that to you. So whichever way it goes, you need to pace yourself, or if someone's doing the prying onto you, they need to pace themselves or either stop it. And that's going to be the challenge. And then we move on to the outcome, the Queen of Cups. Now, this usually indicates a woman. This woman is going to be very helpful to you. Now, the Queen of Cups is a queen. Now, she reminds us to bring love and compassion to our work environment, and it's possible even if we work in a factory with objects all day rather than people. So she's an overall loving, compassionate female, and she should be helpful to you at this time. Now, there are probably, things are probably better for you in the working world. Things are probably better for you at work, okay, when this card appears, than you are realizing. So always think positive. And then this card is paired with a Fool card. And the Fool card is also an indicator of newness in one form or another. Now, in many ways, it indicates the purity and open-hearted energy and the innocence of a child. Because we all know that children are trusting. And trust forms the basis of meaning for this card. Now, overall, or in general, this is considered a positive card, but there's one thing. Now, the one thing is that it's important to take time to be sure that you are looking where you're going, as you can see in the picture. And if you're not looking where you're going, trusting yourself to take a step into the unknown is one thing. But doing so without any thought whatsoever may be a big mistake. And it's clearly depicted in the picture. So with the two cards paired together, the Queen of Cups is about a female, a lady or a woman. She's going to be very helpful to you at this time. She's a very loving and compassionate person. She'll probably help you out in a lot of ways because it's paired with a Fool card. And like I said, the Fool card is about innocence, purity, open-hearted energy. She'll probably help you to remind you not to step into the unknown. Because as I said before, stepping into the unknown is one thing, but doing so without any thought whatsoever could be a big mistake. So she'll probably remind you and help you of that. Okay? So, Aquarius, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings, they don't always resonate with everyone. But then again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And I thank you so very much for watching. Have a great day.